Hey everyone, welcome to Purling Through Life. My name's Melissa and I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So this is my channel where I like to share with you all things about my knitting, my crochet, and any yarny acquisitions that I might have picked up along the way. So today is a weekly update video, and I have one finished object to share with you, 4 works in progress, and a tiny bit of yarn acquisitions. So let's get started with my finished object, and it is a pair of socks. Here they are. They're finished. They were a works in progress on last week's video, and they're done now. They're just a vanilla pair of socks, and I like to knit shorty socks. And let's see, I knit my socks cuff down. I do a 2x2 rib for 15 rounds, and I do an afterthought heel, and I even got the heels to match. I didn't use a contrasting color. I just used some more yarn from the skein, and I knit my socks and just do a wedge toe, I think it is, and I Kitchener the toe together at the end. And I use a 2.25 millimeter needle, and I knit these on magic loop. So these are my Halloween socks for this year. I'm really happy with them, and the yarn is Nomadic Yarns. Here's their label, and this is the Haunted Mask. That's the colorway, and this is what I have left. A good bit I have left. This is on their trusty sock base for 462 yards for 100 grams, 75% superwash merino, and 25% nylon. So I have quite a bit left. I love this base of yarn. It is so soft. So soft. So now I've shown you, now I can wear them. So that is all I was able to finish this past week. So now we will move on to my works in progress, and I might as well show you another pair of socks I'm working on. And they're living in this bag by April 9 Designs. And these are more of like fall socks, I would say. Not Halloween socks, but fall socks. So since the last time I showed the socks, I've made a little bit of progress. I'm actually on the toe decreases. Hang on, these are on DPN, so I gotta make sure none of the needles are gonna fall out. So here they are. So this is where I was the last time, and that stitch marker is from Simply Serving. So here we go. Let's see. So I am on the toe decreases. So this sock will be nearly off the needles very soon. And here's where I'm going to place my heel, and I'll do an afterthought heel again. Everything's the same. Yep, shorty socks, cuff down. The only difference is I'm using DPNs. They're 2.25 DPNs, my high sharps. So that's the only difference. I'm using the DPNs and not the magic loop. And here they are. And let's see. Here's a skein of yarn that I'm working from, or the cake of yarn. And this is also by Nomadic Yarns, but this is on their twisty sock base, and the colorway is October Skies. And this is 400 yards, 100 grams, 80% superwash merino, and 20% nylon. So I believe the twisty sock is a 2-ply, and the trusty sock is a 4-ply. And I normally always get the trusty sock. Sometimes the 2-ply yarn is, I find, it could be the way I knit, it gets a little splitty for me, but this hasn't been, and I actually really like this base a lot. So I think in the future I may get this. There's some other 2 ply yarns that I have knit socks with that I really didn't like, but this I do. I have to say I do. Oh, I've lost a stitch. Ugh. That's a problem with DPNs for me, and I need to get one of those DPN cozy things. I have one, but I believe these, well, the DPN cozy that I have is too small. These DPNs are too large. And let's see, what size are the DPNs? I don't even know if I have, let's see. I think they're 8-inch. Yeah. So I do have a couple of DPN cozies, but they're too small for these. But I definitely need to get some because these keep falling out. So there is my first works in progress. Alrighty. Let's see. Now this one is a new works in progress that I have not shown. I started it this past week. And this is the, let's see, I'm going to get it right, hopefully. I'll put it up on the screen. It's the World's Simplest Mittens by tincanknits, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry, or actually tincanknits has their own app, so you can always download the app from tincanknits, and they have a lot of free patterns on there, and that's convenient because they give you a lot of information on that app. So I have the first mitten almost done, everything except for the thumb, and here it is. And this is where, let me fix this. I don't want to lose this. I have the thumb on waste yarn. So there it is. Isn't that fun? Let's see. So this stitch markers is just after I finished with the thumb increases in that, and I started on, you do like 4 inches. So I put a stitch marker here, and then I put a stitch marker there on the last round before I started the decreases, so that when I do my second sock, they will be even. Isn't that yarn fun? So this is a Fletcher yarn by Knit Picks, but it is their worsted weight Fletcher. Whoop. Here's the label, and here's the skein of yarn that I have to work from. I don't think they're doing, I don't know that they have been discounting this yarn for a long time. It doesn't seem, they haven't come out with new colors for it in a long time, which is sad because it's nice yarn. So I don't know if you'd be able to find this on their website, but it's beautiful. So this colorway is actually Punch Bug. It's a worsted weight yarn, 218 yards for 100 grams. And it is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. I just love this. I have a hat that I knit may have been about 2 years ago that matches this. So that'll be fun. Oh, and the bag is a T-Doddles bag, and it's a Halloween bag. See, there's little pumpkins there. T-Doddles has the most interesting and creative, her choice of material is really nice. The needles I'm using are a 4.5 millimeter. I think that you do the cuff in a smaller needle. I can't remember what it is though. Let's see, I think, not for this pair obviously, but if I make mittens again, I don't think I'm going to do the cuff this long. And they, in the pattern, it wants you to do a 1x1 ribbing, which I don't like. I don't like how my 1x1 ribbing looks. It looks messy to me. So I do a 2x2 ribbing, and it'll stretch. It's fine, but it just, I think because of the 2x2 ribbing, it makes it look very narrow. But it definitely stretches. It fits fine. And this is the medium size. So that is that, works in progress. I just realized I don't have any crochet today. This is all knitting. Well, and so that is the only new thing I started this week. And my next works in progress is living in this bag. This is by Cedar Hill Farm Company. And this is another pattern by tincanknits. It is the Flax sweater. And I am doing the 4 to 6 year old size. The Flax sweater, most of the patterns tincanknits does have many, many sizes. From a baby all the way to like a 4X. They have so much to choose from in their sizes. So, like I said, this is the 4 to 6 year old size, and I showed this last week, but I made some progress. I have split or separated for the sleeves, and you see where that pumpkin is. That's where I was. So I've knit all of that, and I believe this is another pumpkin by Simply Serving. So it's, see, they have the sleeves and the shoulders have this garter area. So this is coming along nicely. And then I will go back and pick up the stitches around the neck. And there's 2 options you have now, which I don't remember in the past that they had. And it's just so that they said there's a little bit more shaping in the second option where you go back and pick up stitches and do the collar instead of doing it before. So we'll see. So there is that. And the yarn I'm using is another Knit Picks yarn. It is the Brava worsted weight. I still have this much to work with, but I'm going to need this second skein, so I thought I'd get it out. So, let's see, Brava worsted weight, 218 yards, 100 grams. It is a 100% acrylic, and the colorway is Snow Day Speckle. And it's so soft. This is nice yarn. For acrylic, this is really nice. Very nice. And the needles I'm using, pretty sure that a 5mm. Yeah, 5mm. And then I believe when you do the ribbing at the cuffs and the waist, the end of the sweater, and around the collar, they'll have you use a smaller needle. So there is that. It's going to be a cute sweater. Alrighty, so I have one more works in progress for you this week, and it's another sweater, and I have shown this in the past. This was something, like a UFO, like an unfinished object from like last year that I've decided to pick up again. It's living in this bag by Twist Fiber Studios. And this is the Wonderful Wallaby for kids. And I am knitting this sweater for my grandson. And I'm doing the biggest size for the kids. It comes in this book. You can get this on, it's a paid for pattern on Ravelry as well. This is this pattern of the kid sizes. And I do believe there is another pattern you can buy for adult sizes. So I'm actually doing the largest size for the 12-year-old. I'm trying to see, where does it start out with? I think size 2. Yes, size 2. So this one, you do the arms first, which is great because that, for me, when I knit sweaters, the arms is, I hate doing the sleeves. I hate it. So you do the sleeves first. So I have this sleeve done, which I did have this sleeve done the last time I showed it, which was a little while ago. So I have this sleeve done, and now I have the second sleeve done. And that is where I was when I showed you last. So I have this done. So that I'm like, oh, that's the most difficult part for me, is to get, I lose my enthusiasm for knitting sweaters when I get to the sleeves. It's like, oh, you think, oh, it's just sleeves. There's not as many stitches and that, and they seem to take forever. And now I've started on the body of the sweater. Oh, these do not have needle protectors. And this is where I am. So I've finished the ribbing, and I've started with bigger needles to do stockinette for the body of the sweater. I've just started that. I think I just have 2 rows. So, yeah, let's see. Am I losing stitches? No. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, I am. I thought I was. Let's get that back on there. There you go. So now we just do stockinette, and I have to figure out how to do this pouch. I think other than actually doing it by reading the pattern, I think I've figured out what they want you to do. So that is actually, well, I can't really say because it's paid for pattern, but I'll be doing, I know, got to figure that part out. And let's see, the yarn I'm using, here it is. And this is Plymouth yarn Encore Tweed. There's the label. And it is 75% acrylic. It is 22% wool and 3% rayon. There's 100 grams for approximately 200 yards. And I believe there is just a color number, 4108. Did I say it was a number 4? Well, if I didn't, it's a number 4. Yes, worsted weight. I'm not sure if I said that or not. And so the needles I'm using now, I think this is a, yeah, 5mm. So that is it. That is all of my works in progress and my finished object. And I have just a tiny bit of yarn to share with you. I gotta get a sip of my tea. I think I mentioned it last podcast or the one before that, that Mustache Yarns had a sale. They had 12% off their yarn. And I got some of the yarn. I got 2 skeins. And Mustache Yarns is hand-dyed self-striping sock yarns. And the first one I will show you is this. And let's see. This is, I believe this is called Loving. It is the perfect must match set. So there's 2 skeins of 2 identical stains twisted together. So when you go to wind this yarn, when you when you unwind this, there'll be 2 separate skeins. And so that way when you start your socks, they will match and you won't have to do any cutting or anything. So this is 75-25 superwash merino nylon, 460 yards, 100 grams. All those stripes. And sometimes they tell you how many stripes. And this one, I am not seeing it on here. I love mustache yarns. I love them. So, and the next one is this. It's all the same. Everything's the same. It's the perfect must match set. And the colorway is Pippi. So I'm thinking it's for Pippi Longstocking, because there is a bit of orange in there. And pinks and lavender and green. And there's some blue there. And it doesn't say how many stripes. No. So, yes. Oh, I love self-striping. I love sock yarn. But I really, really love self-striping. And I have to say mustache yarns is probably right now my, well, it's definitely one of my favorites. There we go. So that is all the yarny content I have for you today. I will say I've got something coming up this weekend that I'm excited about. So this weekend, my husband and I are going to go to North Carolina. We're going to the, let me see, Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair, SaffSite. It's a fiber festival in North Carolina. They have every October, and I have gone, I don't know, a lot. I've gone a lot. I don't know if it's 5 times or 6 times. I've been a lot. Obviously, during COVID, we couldn't go. But we're doing that this weekend. We're going to leave very early Saturday and stay over Saturday night. So we'll be there Saturday and Sunday. I'm very excited. And sorry about that. Yeah, so I lost my train of thought. I got a text message from one of my kids and I've lost my train of thought. So we will be going to that this weekend. So expect next week for there to be a haul to show you all the things that I got. So that's it. I've lost my train of thought. But I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. So I will see you all very soon. So until then, bye for now.